Yo, we're live. Go for Two Show is live tonight. Um, for those of you who don't know, um, this is Peyton. He will be joining us tonight, just kind of like last week, but not as a planned, not as much of a planned show tonight. We're kind of winging this one. But there's been some stuff that's happened in the football world and the sports world that we can talk about tonight. But I just thought it'd be kind of nice to do like more of like a hangout one. It's kind of more laid back and just kind of the stuff that comes off the top of our heads. Um, but Peyton, for those of you who don't know, we are all located in Georgia, and Georgia is getting absolutely destroyed with winter weather. How's it going over there, Peyton? Don't tell me where you're from or where you live, because that would be a bad idea. I want to get swatted.
I mean, I don't really know where to go there. I don't really think anybody would put time and effort in to swat me. And if you really go through that much just to swat me, take all my shit, I really don't care. But no, that's a joke. Please don't do that.
Don't take his cat.
Yeah, no, not Edgar. Take anything but Edgar and my PS5. So basically, it's we're getting pelted. Flakes are pretty large, just starting to stick. So everything's kind of turned into a winter wonderland here in the town that I live in, because I'm not gonna disclose my location to anybody here. But
so I also wanted to ask you, Peyton, because where I live, people are freaking out. I live in South Georgia, so people are literally like freaking out. Like, work is being closed. They're making people stay overnight at work because they're afraid they're going to hit ice on the way home tonight. Like, what is there people freaking out where you live right now, or is it kind of?
I have no idea.
Less.
I mean, I can tell you my job doesn't really care. Like, I'll probably have to go to work tomorrow, but as far as everybody else goes, I have no idea. I mean, I know like the college, their classes are canceled, but for tomorrow. But I mean, I don't want to go to work tomorrow, so I hope that the roads are like too icy to drive on, I guess. I mean, I hope everyone's safe, obviously, but yeah, I hope the roads are too icy to drive on. I don't want to go to work. But
God.
No, I mean, we're chilling. House is insulated. Faucets are dripping, everything outside, like everything's covered. So, I mean, I'm chilling here, but it's snowing, yeah.
Hell yeah. I also want to point out to the viewers that I do have an Aaron Murray jersey in the back on the wall now. I don't know if people saw in the last video, but I did get an Aaron Murray jersey finally. I've been trying to get one for years. I haven't been able to find one that's like super real, so I had to go make one that wasn't super real. It's real, and so I definitely got it off of like a Chinese website. But that is hype. I don't give a crap. You would have no idea that that's not necessarily totally real, but it's just cool. I have a Todd Gurley jersey too that I wore in a video, but I will be putting it in the back somewhere around here. But yeah, trying a new camera setup too. Trying to get made it closer to me. I don't know. We'll see how it goes tonight. See if I like it when I go back and edit this video. But yeah, I guess so. The title of this one, Peyton, I do believe was "Did the Chiefs cheat?"
Are the Chiefs
cheating? Are the Chiefs cheating? I don't think they're necessarily like cheating to the point of like they're purposely doing things to get away with things. But I did watch Patrick Mahomes completely flop against the Texans. Like, they were pushing him out of bounds.
Yeah.
And he was still in bounds, and they pushed him again, and then he like flew back out of bounds and like slid. And it was like, was that necessary, dude? Did you have to do that?
Yeah.
No, that's not something.
No, I mean, like, I guess in terms of like how to win a game, like, yeah, sure, because I would have given them like a free first down. But I mean, Troy Aikman obviously wasn't a very big fan of it, but
yeah,
I don't know, because it was the same thing when they called another. Well, they didn't call that one, I guess, but when they called roughing the passer, when I think it was Will Anderson and somebody else, they went to go tackle Mahomes and they like barely hit the top of his helmet, and they called it roughing the passer.
Yeah,
And
and the
I don't
one
really know.
before
I
that
don't.
too, in the earlier of the game,
Yeah,
he like went like this to him after he passed it, and they called it
yeah.
like on his
Which
chest. They hit him in the chest.
yeah, I don't know if that uh roughing the passer was like game defining or anything. I didn't really watch the game, to be honest, but I've seen all the clips online and everything, so I kind of know what everybody's like upset about, but I didn't really watch the game. So I can't really say too much about it other than I did see the thing where he went out of bounds and like flopped, and then the thing about those two dudes who hit him, and then they called it roughing the passer. That was really all I saw from that game, to be completely honest. I didn't really see anything else.
No, that's fair. But I will say this though, from someone who did watch the game, the calls didn't help the Chiefs. Not like I felt like the calls were like at the right time. That's where it's like that's where to me it's like a little bit sketchy is
Yeah,
where like all of these calls are going on at the end of the game. It's a one score game. The Chiefs can win if they get this first down and they get a flag. It's like
yeah,
let me put in insert Sam Darnold to that hit. Are they going to call pass or roughing the passer? Probably not. So I feel like it's not necessarily home cooking, but it's just Patrick Mahomes.
yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's like rigged per se. Um, I mean, it could be fixed, but then again, I guess that depends on like what you think the definition of fixed and the definition of rigged is.
Right.
Um, I'm not going to be the one to define those two because I don't know what people's definition of that is, but like I don't know, it could be like a tipping the ref kind of thing instead of like a full corporate blown scandal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that
But
makes sense.
I don't know. It's
I
just
wonder.
it is kind of crazy when you go and you look at all the flags that the Chiefs either didn't get called for or they get like those little flags. Like if they would have thrown that flag on Mahomes when he ran out of bounds, that would have been the end of it. I think people would have really started to get upset about that. I mean, I know they're already upset, but I think that probably would have been the final brick in the wall. But I don't know. I didn't I didn't really watch it that much.
That's fair. Well, let's shift over to the game that we did watch. So I had this up when we first were going over the Ohio State Notre Dame game.
Mhm.
And how'd you feel about that one? How'd you feel about it?
I mean,
What'd you think?
I don't want to say it was predictable, but like it's the same thing I was saying on the last stream is that Ohio State they were just too good to be stopped. I mean, Notre Dame did a really good I think they did a really good job containing. I mean, I know you look at the score and it says otherwise, but first half probably not so much. Second half, I think they pulled through. I think they did a lot better in the second half than they did the first. But um I think in the second half, what Notre Dame's problem was, um, if I remember correctly, I couldn't remember which play it was, but I just think they didn't really. I just think they couldn't really get their offense going until the second half, really. Because I mean, you
Yeah.
look at the score going into the second half, and it was like I think it was what was it 28-7. Okay, well, I guess it's just me now, but I'm not too sure what I'm supposed to talk about now, but I guess I'll just keep BSing about the Natty. I think the score going into the second half was
Dude,
28-7.
I have a mouse that has like a side button on it right there. And I just happened to go like touch my mouse to try and like look up something for us. And I barely touched the button, like the very back button. and it took me out of the stream. I don't know how that happened. I have no idea why that happened or how that happened.
Yeah.
But I hope to God it never happens again. That was hilarious. Thank you, Peyton, for holding down the fort for the last 25 seconds.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you heard anything what I said, but
I didn't. I was in the homepage of the StreamYard website. I was screwed.
yeah. No, but I mean, what I was just saying was that I just don't think Notre Dame's offense really. I think if they did better in the first half, it would have been a different game. They did good in the second half. They did a really good job trying to come back, but I can't remember which play it was. But I remember there was one play. Oh, it was the roughing the passer one where he just shoved Will Howard. Do you remember which one I'm talking about? At like the very end of the game.
No. Wait. What are you talking about?
At the very end of the Natty, when Notre Dame players shoved Will Howard at the end of the play, way after the ball had been thrown.
Yes, I do remember that now.
I think that was probably what cost Notre Dame the game. I could be wrong. That might have been at a completely different time, but I think that was at the end of the game.
Yeah, I think it was too.
What exactly are you? What are you looking up here?
I wanted to look at the box score, so we get to look at the stats. Like I said again, guys, we are definitely winging this tonight, but I think it's good. It's good to be vulnerable. Pause. It's not what I meant.
There's something going on in my house.
Going on?
I don't know. Something weird's going on.
Is there another weird noise?
Yeah.
Dude, I thought
here.
So, guys, I went over to his house last night. I spent the night over there where he lives. And I was sleeping in the living room. And while I was sleeping, I kept waking up to the thought of, like his cat was, like, walking around the house. And I kept, like, thinking that his cat was in the corner, like, rustling around or something. And then I, like, got up and went to look to see if his door was open. And yeah, his door was open. I was like, oh, okay. It's probably just his cat, like, walking around. Okay, cool. Nope. I don't know what was going on. I don't know what was happening. Also, for whatever reason, ESPN, I guess, has wiped the box score off of their website. What the hell? Good Lord have mercy, dude. Such a hard thing to do. All right, let me click on this. I'm gonna click on that. Oh, I got it. I think 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 I did. I think I did. I think I did. I think I did. Stats. I want to see the stats. Okay. Okay, so Will Howard played, like, when I go back and I look at the stats, I can think about Will Howard playing, and I can think about the way that he was throwing the football when he had to throw the football down the field. And the guy was making throws that were really good. He only missed 4 passes. He went 17 of 21 for 231 yards and 2 touchdowns.
I feel like when I watch football, I forget about stats because I thought I don't know why I thought he missed a lot more throws than that for whatever reason.
I did too. I thought he missed a lot more. Jeremiah Smith had 5 receptions for 188 yards and a touchdown. And that guy Greathouse for Notre Dame, who was really good at the end of the game, had 6 catches for 128 and 2 touchdowns. That dude got his name in the draft portal quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is kind of the padlock stat right here. Where was it? Here it is. Third down efficiency. I'm going to read off the third down efficiency of each team. I want you to guess which one is which. Okay, the first team nine of 12 on third downs, and the second team was 5 of 12 on third down. Who do you think? Which one do you think was which?
I mean, I feel like it's obvious, but I also feel like it's a trick question because I feel like the 5 of whatever could be Ohio State and the 9 of 12 could be Notre Dame. But I feel like, because I think about it, and I don't even remember if Ohio State had that many third downs. So I'm going to say
They both had 12 third downs. Just one of them did better than the other.
Well, then I guess I'll just go the obvious, like, logical answer. I'll just say Ohio State at 9-12.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And Notre Dame was the 5 and 12 team on third down. But
Right.
do you know what that tells me? Is that Ohio State or Notre Dame's defense couldn't match up good enough against the skill positions to get off the field on third down, and Notre Dame just couldn't sustain drives.
Yeah, I think they're down a few starters too. It could just be Benjamin Morrison, but either way, that's still a pretty impactful player to have out. So
yes, no, it is. It is very impactful. And I think when you talk about injuries, Notre Dame still had a chance to win the game, even though they were down so far.
yeah,
So I feel like the injuries part you can't really get too upset about.
yeah,
To me, you can't get upset about the injuries. Y'all were in the game.
yeah. No, I mean that makes sense.
I want to go. I want to show a highlight of Jeremiah Smith. I want to show this because I hope that this is in the. Yes, it is. Okay. My God. I hate that. They're the worst. They're the worst, Peyton.
Who?
Okay. I'm gonna present my screen. I've never done this before, so everybody, please contain themselves. The 0 people who are watching, please contain yourself. Dude,
It's not about the stream. It's about the clips. We have to clip farm.
We have to clip farm so bad, dude. All right. Can you see this now? How does this look?
I don't see anything.
You don't see anything? Oh, that's because I have to put it in the stream. Yay! Look at that. We're here. Okay. All right. So as you can tell, I have scrolled all the way to the end of the game. Okay. And I think Peyton knows where I'm going with this. But I'm going to be quiet for a second, and I'm going to let you watch this. I'm going to turn the volume down just in case.
Predictable, perhaps.
See, the backers are moving. Here they come.
Heavy pressure. Howard delivers downfield. It's Smith. He's got it. Jeremiah Smith hadn't had a touch in the second half until that.
I really hope that they play the replay.
Meaning they blitzed
Yes.
7. They left everybody on an island, and Ohio State thinks
I
that's a
want-
mismatch with Jeremiah
I want to
Smith.
go back and I want you to see what Jeremiah Smith did.
Are we gonna get copyrighted for that?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I mean, it's
We're fine.
public media, I guess. So
Yeah. They use it all the time on Instagram and crap. It's fair use, okay? It's
Yeah,
fair
I guess.
use.
Yeah.
At least that's what I'm telling myself. For all the YouTube moderators who are watching this, please understand that this is fair use, okay?
Jeremiah
Okay.
Smith.
So they're going to play the replay now
Touch
of
in the second half
the
until
coordinator
that
box.
potential
I want you to
game
watch what he
clincher.
does here.
Meaning they
Okay. This is the start of the route. The safety has now, or the corner has now given himself the route before the play has even started. he has already taken a step to the right. Jeremiah Smith knows right now that he's going to catch the football. And what does he do?
They blitz 7. They left
All he does is run. That was not any like Cooper Cup route tree. It was just this number 29 has to now live with the fact that he gave Jeremiah Smith a free pass down the field. And that is the pass. This pass led them to losing the game. But that was kind of cool that we were able to do that. That was fun. Also kind of testing some features here. It's kind of like killing two birds with one stone. But yeah, no, I mean, it wasn't like Jeremiah Smith had like this crazy route. That dude is just fast. He's tall and he's fast. And if you can't overshade, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's also the same guy who was waving at the coach saying Jeremiah, he was pointing at Jeremiah Smith when he was alone, like when the play was in man coverage and he wasn't on Jeremiah Smith, but he was the only one in the area that was near Jeremiah Smith. And he was going, hey. You know, like, I don't know what they call it, but he was probably like adversary. He was probably saying some dumb stuff, but like he was like, look, this guy's gonna get open. He's gonna get open, and they didn't adjust. And then he goes and does that. When if you look at the whole play, like the inside route is already won. Emeka Buko won inside. And for whatever reason, this player sees that and creeps this way. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know if he had I don't know what coverage he had because I'm not a defensive coordinator. But if it was me, a semi-athletic person, I would 100% be pre-running. If I was guarding Jeremiah Smith, I would be pre-running backwards, just backwards. I'd be like, all right, let me just drop 20 yards down the field, and then I'll just work it out when I can. But no, that guy has to deal with that for a while. That sucks.
Yeah, that's the side of football that I don't really understand. So I don't really have any anything to say about that.
Well, that's fair. And yeah, so I was wondering if there was something else. I could try and find some dumb news.
I mean, we can talk about Ben Johnson leaving the Lions.
Yes, we can. Did the Bears just save themselves?
Well, I don't know because we have to see if it's going to be like a what was the guy, offensive coordinator for the Colts or the Eagles? I mean, Shane Steichen, is that his name?
I think so.
Yeah, he took over the Colts. I mean, I'm not saying he's a bad coach, but, you know, on paper, maybe on defense, I guess they're probably bad. But on paper, on offense, they don't look terrible. And I don't know if this is like an Anthony Richardson problem or if it's a coaching issue, but not a lot going on in Indianapolis right now. So I just hope it doesn't end up like that for Ben Johnson. But then again, Ben Johnson kind of showed that he could be a offensive mastermind, if you will, when it comes to plays.
Well, I think too, he uses the players that are at his disposal because you don't have any other players. Why would you run an offense with anybody else besides the players that you have? I know that doesn't make sense, but I think you guys understand what I'm trying to say. It's a lot of times offensive coordinators are calling plays because that play works on this defense. Well, if you don't have the right player, they're not going to be able to run that. If you don't have wide receivers that can run routes, it's not going to happen. So you have to find another way. And I think Ben Johnson's going to be able to help the offensive coordinator be like, okay, what can we do to get our playmakers open in space and if we need to pull trick plays, then we'll pull trick plays. Because Caleb Williams, if he has time to throw, can throw the football pretty good.
I think Caleb Williams
that dude can rip it. Huh?
I still think Caleb Williams is going to be really good. You got to give him time, bro. You can't give him 1 year and say he's a bust. Look at Bryce Young.
Right. I think Justin Fields was let go a little too fast.
I do too.
I think if they would have gotten more off.
I mean, I don't think, to be completely honest, I don't think it ever would have worked out in Chicago. But that's not to say that it won't work out anywhere else. Like,
Yeah.
I think he's a good fit for the Giants. I think he's a good fit for the Raiders. I mean, I think he's a good fit for any team that needs a quarterback because I'm a Justin Fields enthusiast, so I mean, I'm biased, I guess, but I still think he can be really good. I mean,
Me too.
that dude, he was crazy in college. He's shown a lot of good flashes so far in the NFL. And he's been through 4 years. He's not that good, whatnot. He played for the Bears, so I don't really know what else you can say about that. Granted, Caleb Williams had a really good rookie season for what he was like dealing with, I guess. Because it doesn't really matter how many offensive weapons you have on a team. If your O-line isn't good enough to stop anybody for more than a second, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Because if you can't block, you're not going to be able to throw. So,
Right.
I think with what he was dealt with, I still think he had a good rookie season. I mean, I don't know the official stats, but I think he threw for like 37,000 yards. I think it was 3,700 yards, 20 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. I mean, that's still pretty good for a rookie. Like, he's not doing what Jaden Daniels is doing, but again, that could just be a Bears thing. I don't know if that's like a culture issue or what it is, but I don't think it would be a culture issue because, I mean, if you look at Washington, they're not very historically good. So,
Yeah.
I don't really know, but neither of the Bears really. I mean, if you want to talk about like the 80s, I guess, but
Yeah. So Caleb Williams' stats, he threw his completion percentage was 62.5. He threw 3,541 yards. His average, yards per throw was 6.3, 20 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, with an 87.8. I don't know the rating, quarterback rating, and then I want to see his rushing. Yeah, he carried it for 81 times, ran for 500 yards, and didn't score a touchdown on the ground. So I mean, like in reality, he had 4,000 all-purpose yards. If you really if you just take the whole thing, he had.
I mean, if you take Jaden Daniels out of this year, I don't think Caleb Williams would have won Rookie of the Year, but people probably would have said that he was the best rookie quarterback. I mean, maybe other than Bo Nix, but
that's
Michael
crazy.
Penix didn't really play until the last 2 weeks. Drake May didn't play until after week 11 or 12 or something like that. So, I mean, most of these dudes didn't even really start the whole season. I mean, J.J. McCarthy didn't even play a game this year. So,
yeah, they're still calling him the savior.
I mean, I've seen trade buzz around it, but it just doesn't. It wouldn't make sense to me.
No, it wouldn't. I want to look at the Drake May stats. Okay. Drake May, 66.6% completion percentage. Threw for 2,276 yards. Threw for 15 touchdowns and threw 10 picks.
10 picks? Holy shit.
10 picks.
I didn't know that.
I want to see how many games he played, though. Let's see how many games he played. He played 13 games. So average less than 1 pick per game. I guess that's not
13.
I mean, also, the guy's 20.
He played
Dude's
13
20 years
games.
old.
I thought Jacoby Brissett went out way after that.
No, it says he played 13 games. The dude, I guess he's 22.
Full games, or is that he got put in for 2 plays?
I don't know. It doesn't tell me that stuff. So I guess you could be right. It could be later than that.
What do you think about the Eagles and Commanders? Who do you think is going to win that?
I think the Commanders are going to win.
Really?
No. I don't know who's going to win this game. I really have no idea. But I watched the Eagles. I guess now that I think about it, I watched the Eagles dominate. I mean, not dominate, but they kind of handled business. If I'm being honest, like it wasn't like Saquon Barkley went nuts. You had the defense played really good. The front seven was there, even with the injury to Nakobe Dean. Everyone played really well. Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis disrupted every play in some way. And then you had a rookie quarterback. Like looking at that, staring down that barrel, that's a yikes for me. That'd be bad. So I guess I'm gonna go Eagles.
He did it against the Lions and Bucks, which I mean, I guess obviously they don't have the D line like the Eagles do, but the last time they met, the Commanders won 36-33. So,
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I think it could go both ways easily. I got the Commanders winning this. I just feel like the Eagles are going to fumble for some reason.
Mm-hmm. And then I'll take the Eagles.
But I mean, I'm looking at their like compared stats, I guess. Offensively, the Eagles are 8th, Commanders are 7th. Defensively, Eagles are 1st, Commanders are 13th. Passing, Eagles are 29th, and the Commanders are 17th. And rushing, the Eagles are 2nd, and the Commanders are 3rd. So I mean, I think it's other than the defense, obviously. I mean, I think it's a pretty like even game, maybe. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be really interesting because it's definitely going to be if the Eagles' defense can stop the Commanders' offense. Because let's be completely honest here, the Eagles' offense is probably way too good for the Commanders to stop. Saquon Barkley, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, and whoever else decides to play for the Eagles. So I don't know. I think they can get it done because, I mean, they've done it before. But this is a playoff game, and not only is it a playoff game, it's the trip to the Super Bowl game. So I think it'll be completely different than how it was in the regular season. I don't know. I still think the Commanders are going to win. I'm just going to go the underdog here. I don't really I don't really have a reason other than the fact that I just think they can do it.
No, I think that's fair. I think that's totally fair. I think. What was I going to say? I had a thing. Oh man. I think. Oh, I was going to say that I would, if I was a gambling man right now, I would 100% take the under on the points if it's going to be a running game the entire time. And I think it will be. I think you have to let Jane Daniels run the football when he needs to, like he's done all year. Like the games that they won, Jane Daniels won the game.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. But, I mean, I think it'll be a lot less interesting with the Bills and the Chiefs. Just because, I mean, these are both like two pretty good
We've
teams.
seen this matchup the last 6 years in this spot.
Yeah. And the Bills are better than the Chiefs in every category except defensively.
And the referees.
And the refs, yeah. But same thing as the Commanders. Bills beat the Chiefs last time they met in the regular season. But again, playoff Chiefs, who knows what's going to happen. And they're playing at Arrowhead too, so.
I think the Chiefs win, but I don't like this. I don't want to say it. But
You think they win
speaking, do what?
You think they win it all?
No, I don't think they win it all. I think their luck has to end at some point.
Yeah.
Their shit-eating grin has to get washed. You have to wash your face at some point.
Yeah,
That
I agree
shit's
with that.
That shit stinks. But speaking of the Bills, this is a perfect segue to Bet the House. Bet the House was at the game. It was pretty sweet. I was not there, but Caden was there. He I think he talked to a lot of people. Looked like he did a bunch of interviews with some of the people on like before they went in the game, which was really cool. And he said it was like the snow. It was so cold, and he just had it sounded like he had a good time. And he hit a really huge bet on Josh Allen anytime touchdown, so that was pretty cool to see happen. If you don't follow Bet the House, please go follow Bet the House. They support this show, so if you like this show, go and support them as well. We kind of work in tandem, basically. He, it's just a good gig for us, and we like the folks over at Bet the House. They are good to us, and we are good to them. So, yeah. But
Yeah.
crazy game. Mark Andrews, what are you doing?
Yeah. No, that was
You
rough.
get paid to do one thing.
Yeah. I mean, I had to put it all on one person because it really wasn't Mark Andrews' fault. Like, yeah, he had two huge mistakes, but Lamar played terrible in the first half. I mean, I don't know if you could say terrible, but he did not play good in the first half. Like, he pulled it together in the second half for sure. And it was a really good game in the second half. But yeah, man, Mark Andrews, if he would have caught that 2-point, it would have gone to overtime. Maybe not, because I think even if Mark Andrews catches that ball, I think the Bills still win that game without going to OT, even if it's just a field goal. But
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks to see because Mark Andrews is such a good player, and I like Mark Andrews a lot, but it just sucks to see that because now they're gonna give him the Tyler Bass treatment, So it's gonna be pretty bad, but it's probably not as bad as Tyler Bass because I don't know how many years, maybe not consecutively, but just overall, I don't know how many times Tyler Bass has sold a game for the Bills, but I know it's a lot. And I know he did it last year in the playoffs, I think. I can't remember against who. It might have been the Chiefs.
Jeez.
I was going to say it might have been the Chiefs. But no, I just hate to see that because they're going to give him the Tyler Bass treatment when, truthfully, maybe he deserves criticism, I guess. But at the end of the day, I don't really think he deserves anything because he's a pro football player. But yeah, it sucks just because, like I said, everybody's going to blame it on him. And, yeah, he lost the game, I guess, but you can't play bad in the first half of like the quarterfinals?
Yeah. I was thinking, I don't have any, never mind. I was going to say we can make an underdog pick, but I don't think I have any money in that account. I think I finally ran that shit to the ground. I'll have to check on my phone. Because I had a bunch of season props at the beginning of the year that I just made up in my head. And I don't think any of them hit. But I also could be wrong. Yeah, no, they didn't hit. I want to see how close I was. Because I think I was pretty damn close. Okay, yeah. So I had Caleb Williams more than 3,600 passing yards. That didn't happen. I had Ladd McConkey higher than 4.5 receiving yards. That hit. Had Bijan getting more than 7.5 rushing touchdowns. That hit. And then I had Cooper Kupp getting higher than 6.5 receiving touchdowns, and that did not happen. He got 6, not 6.5. It's a shame, dude. I'm going to go back to the drawing board, man. I got to start betting on NBA because just go and bet Luka.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to start watching basketball so I can make some money off of NBA because me personally, I've put money on NBA before. I don't really know a whole lot, but Austin's helped me out with a few parlays before. And I just feel like I don't know if easier is the right word, but I just feel like it's so much more simple and consistent in the NBA than it is in the NFL. Which, I guess it makes sense because, you look at basketball and I'm not saying basketball is easy because it definitely isn't, but like when you're in such a small arena, like how basketball players normally are, and you're running up and down the same court for what is it, like 90 minutes, 120 minutes, whatever. I mean, obviously it's a lot easier to score and like I guess get rebounds, assists, whatnot, whatever. But I mean, when you're playing football, you have to go like 100 yards in 90 minutes. So
Yeah.
it's like I don't know. Like I said, I
You
don't
can
think
score
it's
12
easier.
points in like 2 minutes.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's easier per se, but I just think it's a lot more consistent than it is when you put money on the NFL or like college
Yeah.
football or just football in general.
And also, I feel like I really like my Betting Pros app for NBA because, like you were saying, that the NBA is more consistent. And so the BR betting or the Betting Pros app gives you like not like percentage to hit, but if you go to the prop picks, it gives you it gives you the projected points that they're going to score and what the betting line is. So you can see like I don't know. Okay, so Terry Rozier and Nikola Jovic. I don't know why. Is that his name? Jokic.
Nikola
I don't know
Jokic.
why. Every time I see Jovic, I'm like, don't say Jovic. Don't say Jovic.
Yeah.
But so he has so his like his fantasy score is 20 and a half, but he's projected to have 28.1 points in fantasy this week. So you have like an 8-point difference, which is a pretty good odd. And then you have Terry Rozier, whose prize pick fantasy points is 22, and he's projected to have 31.7 fantasy points. So like you can go and bet on the fantasy points part, which I might do that right now.
I don't know how basketball fantasy works.
Me either.
Not really even know there was such thing as fantasy basketball.
Me either. Until like last year when I was doing the Betting Pros. Yeah, no, I won't do this right. But that'd be interesting. We're gonna have to start doing a lot more basketball stuff.
Yeah.
But I also really want to go over like at some point I want to go over the projections in my book. And I need to find the book online so we can go through it. I don't know
What do
if
you
they
mean?
have the book online. My college football sports magazine that I have. I want to because like, huh?
Where'd that come from?
What do you mean?
Like what do we do? What are you doing with it?
Oh, I guess I talked about it when I was on there by myself. So basically, it's like a preview magazine. So it like goes through every single team and every conference, and it talks about the offense. It talks about the defense, the special teams, and like talks about the impact players that are going to be playing, and then it gives you the schedule from the year before and the scheduled, 2024 schedule. And then I was thinking if we go through, like we pick a conference and then we go through it, I'll like kind of like read through it, but kind of go over what the team's information is in here, and then we could re-rank the teams in the conference, and I'd come up with some like graphic to where we can show it on stream.
Whoa, my computer just opened some crazy stuff. Hold on.
Peyton's giving everyone a virus.
My computer just opened the weather.
My computer does that sometimes.
No, I actually was on a weather alert pop-up thing. 13 different things.
I hope it's not freezing in South Georgia right now. Because all intents and purposes, I need to go to leave after the show anyways. But I don't know. We'll see. Oh, it's 32 degrees. And it's supposed to be snowing. I don't know how I'm going to do this without giving away my location. How am I going to do this? Okay.
I really don't think it matters that much if people never
Says-
use it.
It says snowing. Now get it. I'm extremely close to the water. Like the marsh is like just a couple streets down. So it's like I want to see the marsh covered in snow. That'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, that probably would be really cool. Well, I don't really have anything else. That was kind of
Yeah,
just
me either. I mean, that was kind of a good one. We can wing it if we have to. We know that for a
Yeah.
fact.
Are you doing next Tuesday, or do you think you'll be
Yeah, I'll be good next Tuesday.
okay?
I think we'll make Tuesdays kind of a normal thing. And I'm gonna start. Oh, I really want to do this. So I'm thinking about doing some like. I don't know. I want to play like Madden on stream, but I don't know if that's gonna
On
happen.
this stream?
I don't know if I'm gonna do it on this channel or do it on my old channel, but I think I should do it on my old channel.
You should probably do it on your old channel because that's where you uploaded all the other ones, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, I would just do that one. I mean,
so much work though. Oh my god, people don't realize how much work like doing like a Madden video is. You have to watch 2.5 hours and go through it and clip out all the stuff that is not needed. But then I sit there and I end up with an 1.5-hour video anyways. And I'm like, I don't know how these people get it all the way down to like 55 minutes or like a 45-minute.
yeah. Well, I mean, that's probably just like professional editing skills. I don't know.
Yeah. Whatever. But yeah, well, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be doing some more breakout videos and like clips and stuff. So keep an eye out on that and keep destroying the Instagram page. Thank you guys. Keep destroying the Twitter page. Keep destroying the YouTube channel. We appreciate everybody's support. Go follow the YouTube or go follow us here on YouTube. Follow our Instagram. Follow our Twitter. I post like hey, we're going live before we go live. So keep an ear out for that. And I want to say again, thank you, Peyton, for coming on. I appreciate it. And yeah, thank you guys. Y'all have a great evening.
Yes, everyone enjoy, and hopefully next Tuesday we'll have an actual agenda.
Yeah, there wasn't much to talk about tonight. It was kind of a low day in football.
Yeah.
But, all right. See you guys.
See you, everybody.